Hey guys, this is JRPG Console. I'm gonna have to discuss something today, and this is gonna be one of the few times I mention anything about politics because honestly, like I said several times already, politics gets very tiring and I don't cover it too often because it's a dividing topic. But I have to talk about the bullshit that's going on in Canada when it comes to politics. I just have to because it's fucking bullshit. Alright? So, where do we begin? Well, let's start off with when COVID-19 pandemic happened. You know, look, I understand when the virus first came out. Okay, I understand why it was necessary to lock everything down. Okay, I get that. The problem was, afterwards, we found out that Corona-chan really wasn't that deadly like the World Health Organization and the government said how it's so deadly and it's this and that, and the real doctors that came out and basically debunked that got silenced. And the thing that really irritated me was the liberal government, and I don't know what the liberals are to Democrats versus Republicans. I think that Republicans are way worse than the Democrats. Let me know in the comment section if you're from America who side of the party is worse. But basically, the Liberal Party is that in a nutshell. So they did all these ridiculous COVID restrictions, locking everything down. You can't go see your family, friends, or loved ones unless you're in the same household. You can't go to the gym. You can't do this. You can't do that. And basically, it was an infringement against freedom in general. Freedom of speech, freedom of privacy. It was infringing all those rights, basically. And what happened was eventually, we had a convoy. I'm not alluding to which convoy, but we had a convoy, and people stood up and said, you know what, we had enough of this fucking bullshit. And I completely understand why there was a convoy for that. Fast forward to now. So after 2 years of the pandemic where everything is finally open, you can go back, you don't have to worry about social distancing or wearing face coverings. You can practically do whatever you want almost. Except you have to still wear a mask and still have to wear a mask when you're visiting the doctors, which doesn't make any sense because how is that a high-risk area for the disease to transmit? That never made any scientific or logical sense. But anyways, there was this bill that was drafted, C11, I talked about when I had my other channel, but it was initially Bill C10, and this thing was completely rushed. There was no debate or back and forth discussion, no public debates or discussions on this bill. We just ram it through and we just call it a day. And a lot of people had a huge issue with it. In fact, a lot of people are still having an issue with it right now. Because, let's be honest, let's just say for a minute. Oh. Okay, I thought that was a leopard. Oh. Yeah, by the way, I'm playing a different game, so I kind of have to be a little wary in this game. But even if they don't manipulate algorithms or force, platforms to push content to you, What's to say the government down the line starts to ask CRTC to do that anyway? What's them stopping from doing that? You know, and that's the biggest problem everybody has been saying about the bill, is in the future, the government could push way harder restrictions on everyday citizens. Why? Because some liberal named Turdo got his fifis hurt? Fuck that bullshit. You know what? Fuck Turdo. I'm making that very clear. Fuck Turdo. Turdo can go fuck himself. And you know what? I hope when Pierre Poilievre gets elected, I hope they throw him in fucking jail. Because honestly, the amount of times that Justin Trudeau has violated the rights and charters and freedoms of people, he should be in jail. That's a hard fact. But unfortunately for now, there's nothing we can do about it. And it's just frustrating. I'm tired of this liberal government trying to intervene and push everything into our lives with these bills. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm so sick and tired of this. Somebody needs to have the balls and guts to fucking take this to court and legally challenge the liberal government over this, because this is getting way too out of hand. Okay? And this is a minority government. This isn't even a majority government. This is a minority government. And they have all these swaying powers to do almost practically anything they want. That's a problem. Okay? That's a huge problem and an issue. And I'm frankly getting sick and tired of it. And what sucks is, unfortunately, I have to deal with the consequences, whatever comes of these bills. It's just... I wish I had the money to get the fuck out of here. I really did. I wish I had the money to get out of this hellhole called Canada. Because as much as people say, well, it sucks to live in the United States, you know what I can say about the United States? At least in the United States, you still have your rights to bear arms. You still have freedom of speech. What do we have in Canada right now that's so good about living in Canada compared to the US? I really would like to know in the comment section. What do we possibly have better than the United States right now? Because even our free health care, it's a fucking joke. Because if you don't have a family doctor, yeah, good luck trying to find shit that'll cover your prescription drugs or whatever else you have to deal with. You have to pay out of your own pocket. So the free health care isn't even that great. So what's good that's left to live in Canada compared to the United States? You know? I mean, okay, maybe the park trails and the trees. Like, okay, maybe that's somewhat of a good argument to say that Canada has an edge over the United States, but I don't know. Even then, that's kind of stretching it a little bit. Look, I'm not saying that the United States doesn't have its problems. I'm sure it does, but if I had to choose a place to live right now, Canada or United States, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'd rather live in the United States. Because at least I have freedom of speech and expression over there. And I don't have to worry about some government trying to possibly push algorithms down your throat. I don't have to worry about that government right now. This bullshit cannot stand. Okay? This bullshit cannot stand. And I really wish Canadians would stop being so fucking nice about this shit and just fucking speak up. speak up and say something. Get in droves. Start going out in the streets. Go protest. Go do something, man. Because at this point, it looks like the liberal government is going to get everything they want without any recourse. And that's frustrating to me. This is not the Canada I grew up in. I don't even feel proud to be a Canadian, to be honest with you. With the amount of bullshit that's going on, like, there's really nothing positive to really talk about living in Canada anymore. All the check marks of possibly they're positive to live in Canada, it's just going straight out the fucking window right now. Of all these bullshit policies right now. It's going straight out the window, and it just feels like our rights are being stripped away slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly, and there's no recourse for it. And I'm scratching my head why that isn't the case. You know, I just thought I'd make a video like this because it's frustrating. You know, I don't want to talk about politics because like I said, politics is a dividing topic, but when you have the politics here that are trying to interject in your life and basically try and be your parents or try and force certain things that you don't agree with, that just really irritates me. I don't want to live in a country where the government tells me, oh, you can't do this, or you can't see this, or you can't say this. This is not what Canada should be about. You know, why do you think many people are making jokes and calling it Chinanada, or I don't know, there's like some meme about calling Canada China. Because that's what it honestly feels like right now. It feels like we're living in fucking China almost. It's ridiculous, man. I hate how people are, for the most part, just fucking putting up with this shit. You know? When is it going to come to a breaking point where we stand collectively and say no to our government? When is that fucking time going to come? You know? And if you're wondering, do I hope for a convoy, you know, another convoy 2.0 or whatever people are chiming in the comment section? Yes. I want a convoy 2.0. I really do want a convoy. Because the government ain't listening. They're supposed to be listening to us, but they're not. So I guess it's going to take us standing up again, peacefully protesting to tell them, you gotta listen. Oh, it's just so fucking frustrating. I'm so sick and tired of this shit. I really am sick and tired of it. All of it. I want things to change for the better for Canada. I don't want this current democracy we're having right now. It sucks.
Bitch!
Fucking hate it, man. Well, anyways, that's all I gotta say on this matter. I really wanted to get this off my chest because the politics recently is just fucking garbage. I can't even respect the liberals we have. Like, there's only like one liberal that I actually agree with, and he talked about, you know, Bill C-11. You know, there's a video about it. You'll see it pop up when you type it in the search bar of YouTube. That's the only liberal I actually